We celebrate 10 years of The List
It's Monday and you're on the list.
with a look back
But I'm super pregnant, and for some reason the seat you're in looks so much more comfortable.
and party food for everyone.
I don't want an overly wet shroom. That ruins your party.
We're ready.
We've got the old logo. We've got some old props.
Let's get the party started.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's your life, it's your list, and it starts right now.
Hey friends, I'm Christina Guerrero.
And I'm Jimmy Rhodes, and it's a big day for us here at The List because today we're kicking off our 11th season.
So exciting. You know, as we raised a toast to 10 years on the air, we started thinking about anniversary celebrations and what each number represents. 25 is silver, 50 is gold, or in our case, 10 is aluminum.
And KG, you don't know this is coming, but with that in mind, I got you a little something special made of aluminum just for you.
An aluminum cam. I feel so excited.
I'll have you know I rinsed that out for you. And speaking of these kinds of gifts, Jackie Denker's given us the lowdown on gift themes that have been traditional, especially for wedding anniversaries, since the Victorian era. And that's our featured story at the top of the list. Don't throw that away.
Anniversary gifts are a great way to show your creativity. But if you are stuck on what to get this year, we have you covered.
Sometimes having a gift guide of traditional things to give your partner just makes it a little easier.
So to learn about some unique customary gifts and how we can put a modern twist on them, we spoke to 3-time best-selling author and founder of Bridesmaid for Hire, Jen Glantz. Our first gift is sweet. For 6th anniversaries, it's all about candy.
So when you make it to year 6, the best thing to focus on is having some fun again, just like you did on those first couple of dates when you met. It represents bringing the sweetness back to your romance and your relationship.
As for candy-inspired gift ideas,
You can get super creative and do a candy tasting at a local shop, or you could do a candy subscription box where every single month for a year, candy arrives at your doorstep. I think they should put candy into every anniversary, to be honest with you.
next up for year 10, aluminum. This one has a special meaning for us here at The List.
Year number 10 means that you have been together for a decade. So the traditional gift is aluminum because it symbolizes strength and resilience.
As for what to give,
You could think about a money clip, a decorative bowl, or even a nice new set of luggage. Go somewhere nice and go somewhere different because you have been together for a decade.
moving along with steel for the 11th anniversary, in case you want to start planning a list gift for next year.
It symbolizes a strong bond between you and your partner, especially after that decade mark that you celebrated last year.
So to get creative with steel,
You can go with a brand new set of pots and pans. You could also go with a brand new watch or a stainless steel wine chiller for all of the bottles of wine that you will drink this year to celebrate.
finally, for the sweet 16th anniversary, wax?
Yeah, when you think of wax, you think of candles, and candles are sometimes burning and sometimes they're not, which is the ebbs and flows of any marriage out there.
So to keep that spark alive, she suggests
DIY candles or a candle making class, or maybe you think about something special to spark some new romance into your world.
turning to fun tradition to bring life and meaning into anniversary gift giving is at the top of the list.
During the 10 years we've been on the air, life has changed in a whole lot of ways, including the clothes we wear. So we are taking a look back at some of the most memorable fashion trends of the past decade.
Let's rewind a decade to some of the style trends that made special appearances in our closets through the years.
Cool factor overload. From 2012 all the way to 2022,
We kept on a lot of fashion from that time, but we did get rid of a lot.
Lifestyle blogger Melissa Moore helps us relive some memorable trends of the time.
well, it has been a very fashionable decade.
First up, tiny sunglasses.
Do we like the yellow or the blue?
Well, I mean, if you think about sunglasses, they got tiny.
They got very little.
The trend took off in the summer of 2018 with celebrities like Bad Bunny, Rihanna, and the Hadid sisters rocking the look.
Now, the sunglasses I use are for the sun. These probably are just for good looks.
I mean, I see them, people wear them in clubs. I mean, they're just, they serve a purpose for fashion. They're silly, but they're fashionable.
Let's move on to some standout trends in the world of jeans.
It was a sad day when I had to get rid of all of my flare and bootcut jeans because skinny jeans made their way into fashion.
The slim down style was an early 2010s wardrobe staple for both men and women.
With the skinny jeans, it just like, you just see your curves, and then everything is like focused on this part where you're just like, ooh, there's my booty.
And so was distressed denim.
Kanye showed up at the Met Gala, super distressed jeans. I mean, it came back, and then I think it's here to stay.
And regardless of style, this past decade also welcomed a higher rise.
Oh man, I was so excited when we went high rise.
It just looks so like put together and sleek and just a good silhouette.
We're wrapping it up with footwear. Enter the wedge sneaker.
Well, these kicks have me cruising back to 2013 in style.
Designer Isabel Morant is widely credited for popularizing the sneaker heel hybrid, also in the early 2010s.
It was cute, but I think that sustainability, like being able to walk in a wedge sneaker, it wasn't the most comfortable. So I think it like came and then it went.
Goodbye. You shoes just walk yourselves right on out of here.
And that is your peek into the stylings that are a blast from the fashion past.
If you're throwing a bash for an anniversary or any other celebration for that matter, there's an app for that. An appetizer, that is. Teresa Strasser has a bunch of munchies that are easy, festive, and will please even the pickiest guests.
Parties bring together a variety of people. You have the vegans, gluten-free folks, low-carb, low-fat, keto. I can barely keep up. So how do you please all of those divas with their diets?
This can kind of allow people to mingle and have a good time and snack without
Anaphylactic shock.
Right.
That's not fun.
Chris Disney of Picazzo's Healthy Italian Kitchen in Scottsdale has app options as easy as 1, 2, 3, and you won't have to call 911. This first one is easy and cheesy baked brie for the gluten-free and keto crowd.
You can grab a slice or wedge of brie at the store. Make sure it's a quality brie. You don't want the oily bries. This is like a double cream brie.
Chris says buy the good stuff because cheap cheese will not melt as well.
You can buy roasted garlic and just put it in there like that, and we'll bake it together. This will go in the oven, and you're baking for about 6-7 minutes, about 550 degrees. And then we serve it with a little bit of fig jam, which you can buy at the store as well, and some apple wedges, and any kind of crusty bread, and you're good to go.
Get gluten-free bread at the grocery store. Now, one for the vegans, mushroom satay. By serving oyster mushrooms on skewers, Chris says you get a similar texture to meat, but keep your plant-friendly friends happy. And for the marinade?
We make this in-house. It's a soy sauce base, ginger, garlic, sesame oil. We make it here, but you guys can buy your own at home, and your favorite Thai marinade, a ginger-based or soy-based Thai marinade. And really, you're just kind of adding some flavor to these mushrooms.
Bake the shrooms at 550 until the edges are crispy. These have peanut dipping sauce on the side. Finally, for the low calories and red meat avoiders, turkey meatballs. Use ground turkey with 30% fat for flavor, then spice it up.
We've got a rosemary and thyme blend. We'll just kind of toss it in there. This is a seasoning of salt and pepper. Pop it right in there. Some breadcrumbs. We've got our parsley, our dried basil, dried oregano, fresh garlic.
This is a lot of herbs.
It is. A lot of flavor.
Add a little sunflower oil and a couple of eggs. Mix it by hand and roll small meatballs. Bake at 550 for 10 minutes until lightly browned. Then bake again in marinara sauce for 6 minutes.
If you just come out with meatballs on a platter and no sauce, is that all right?
It's okay, but they're naked meatballs, Yeah.
What kind of party is this?
Yeah.
3 easy apps to please even your pickiest party people.
Still to come on the List's 10th anniversary special. Take a peek at what was hot in pop culture 10 years ago. And we look back at the List with one of the original hosts.
I am right now, and I never thought I'd say this, cuddling with a cow.
Next on the List.
YouTube, pardon the interruption, but how much fun are you having watching our anniversary show? All right, so before we get back to the show, hit subscribe, maybe turn on notifications so you don't miss 1 minute of the List.
Welcome back, and thanks for being here for our Season 11 premiere.
So exciting. You know, one of the things you have to do when you hit a big milestone is celebrate with some champagne, or in our case, sparkling cider.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey, while we're at it, let's throw a party with tips to hosting an anniversary party like a pro.
The list is going into our 11th season. Yep, that's right. We have been on the air for 10 years.
It's our anniversary.
Party time.
So exciting.
To help us celebrate, David Twigger, founder and creative director of Vermilion Events and Design, is going to show us how to throw an unforgettable anniversary party. It all starts with picking the perfect theme.
You can always go with a traditional list, which is whether, you know, it's your 5-year or 10-year, and it's like the ruby or paper. You can do like a decades theme. You can do, you know, more of like a colored theme, things like that. So again, it's just kind of like where you're at and like about the couple or the organization.
Start by thinking about the overall look and vibe you'll want in the party space.
So you pick a theme. Do you then take that to like create your color palette, or do you start with your color palette?
The color palette from your theme is the best way to go.
Okay.
Because that way, again, it goes into the food that you do, the decor that you do.
Which brings us to no generic decor.
You really kind of want that personal touch. What else do you imagine having at an anniversary party?
Balloon sculptures are super, super popular.
Do you recommend doing that on your own? Because that seems really daunting.
There's some wonderful people out there who can do it for you. Yeah. You can try and do it on your own, but if you are on your own with balloons, you don't have to do the sculptures.
David suggests filling some balloons with helium for the ceiling, and regular balloons can be scattered throughout the room.
It dresses it up super easy, inexpensive, and it's a lot of fun.
Also think about printing memorable photos to theme up bottles, glass jars, and candles.
That way you can have the faces of the couple or the logos and things like that of your organization all throughout the party.
And don't forget about memorabilia.
For our anniversary party, we've got the old logo, we've got some old props. That's always really fun to do, the old versus the new.
It really is. It's like, make sure you take something from the entire 11 years to make sure people like can relate to it.
Next, what's an anniversary celebration without entertainment?
Let's have some fun at this party.
Absolutely. So entertainment-wise, you can do a visual playlist. Go on YouTube and you can create a playlist so you can pick all the music that you want to do. Super easy.
To stick with your theme, pick music from the decade or year you're celebrating. In this case, we went with the hit Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen from 2012, the year we launched.
Of course, there's the music, there's the video, but what are people doing for fun?
You can do like a traditional photo booth, which are great, but some of the fun ideas that people are doing now is actually creating like a little vignette of furniture.
This lets the VIPs sit and mingle while capturing the moment.
It's just a little bit more relaxing, and you can actually run your theme through that vignette.
And most important of all, let yourself really enjoy the party.
One of the big tips actually to make sure you have fun is hire staff, even if it's just one service staff.
I think a lot of times people might think like, oh, I'm hosting this party, I couldn't possibly now afford to hire somebody, but it probably pays for itself.
It absolutely does, and it's not as expensive as people think. There are great staffing people out there who are just there to help you have fun.
Now we're ready to throw the anniversary party of a lifetime.
Well, as we continue to celebrate our 11th season premiere, we thought we'd take this opportunity to share some stuff about us. You know, just a few of the people who've been lucky enough to bring you list stories over the past decade. Teresa Strasser, who hasn't aged a bit in 10 years and who also wrote this intro, is giving us a look back. Teresa.
Thank you so much for that compliment that I wrote. A lot has changed since our show went on the air in 2012. Here is the team we started with. Yep, that's me. I'm pregnant. I know, shocker. It's a boy, but he doesn't have a name yet. It's Andrew. The week this show launched, being pregnant gave me a chance to test the kindness of strangers. I know this is weird, but I'm super pregnant, and for some reason the seat you're in looks so much more comfortable. You want to sit in this one? Do you mind? I went from kicking it with reluctant strangers to kicking it with an NFL pro for our Super Bowl show. That was back in 2015. Epic, as my kids would say, but not as epic as suggesting my kids appear regularly on the list.
Next, another game that's just as juvenile and loved by kids.
Mom, we did it!
It is this brand of sophisticated humor that another boy mom around here can understand. I'm talking about Christina Guerrero, who also has 2 boys and who joined us at the list in 2016.
Now, what if you could get the benefits of an intense 2-hour workout with a low-intensity 25-minute session?
From the start, she was a very good sport about doing workout segments. And she was a good sport about doing sports.
Quick, there. Perfect. Like a pro.
Whoa. To make up for all that on-camera exercising, she soon became our #1 unofficial food correspondent.
How do I say that's amazing?
Aloy Shimhai.
Aloy Shimhai. Yeah?
Yes.
What, did I say something inappropriate?
She's been amazing to us since she got here, and she always keeps a supply of Tums on her desk. Facts. Finally, speaking of medicine that tastes like candy, Jimmy Rhodes, who has a way of informing us that masquerades as entertaining us. He also has 2 kids and started out in our Detroit bureau 8 years ago.
Drive safely, Detroit.
That's what I'm talking about.
Do the whip and nay-nay.
The whip and the nay-nay. Yay! Whoa!
Jimmy took over our consumer segment called What's the Deal?
Do the smart TVs ever make fun of the stupid TVs?
And now he's hosting the show alongside Christina.
And KG, guess what? Tomorrow is going to be your best day ever.
You can always count on Jimmy for a thoughtful take on the hard news stories of the day, like this one.
And I never thought I'd say this. Cuddling with a cow. What is this? What am I doing?
You're becoming America's sweetheart. That's what you're doing. And that was some footage of us that you cannot unsee. Thank you for letting us into your homes for the past 10 years. Lots more to come on the list. Stay right here.
We're back and celebrating our season 11 launch, which of course has us reminiscing about the past 10 years, and in particular, the year our show first hit the air. Looking back, it turns out we were in good company. Let's check out some of the pop culture highlights of 2012.
It's Monday, September 17th, 2012, and you're on the list.
2012 was a huge year in pop culture. Not only, of course, did The List debut, a big birthday, but I mean, look, we had superheroes at the box office. We had some incredible stuff on TV, and then some really fun music.
Entertainment Weekly executive editor Jared Hall highlights 3 standout pop culture debuts from 2012.
I think it's time.
Starting with The Avengers.
I can still feel the excitement that was brewing 10 years ago when Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, Black Widow, Hawkeye, and the Hulk were all assembling for this big movie. It was big, loud, it was exciting, it was dramatic, and it's still, I think, one of my favorite movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
The Avengers grossed over $1.5 billion worldwide, and you can watch it right now on Disney+.
If we can't protect the Earth, you can be damn sure we'll avenge it.
Now from the big to the small screen with the debut of Veep.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus starring in this one as the Vice President of the United States, a very inept character that she played here, Selena Meyer. We were following all of her ridiculous antics and blunders, and it could not have been more of a joy to watch.
It's your job to know that if I say I have it covered, I don't have it covered, and you cover me.
You can binge watch all 7 seasons of Veep now on HBO Max.
It won the Outstanding Comedy Series 3 times. Julia Louis-Dreyfus won 6 of her 7 nominations. She's just outstanding, surrounded by a really incredible supporting cast.
Face to face, I can convince anyone of anything.
That's not true. Incorrect.
You're both wrong.
You're right.
And finally, to a standout song released in 2012, Thrift Shop by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis.
I'm gonna pop some tags, only got $20 in my pocket.
Not only was this song naturally #1 in the US on the Billboard Hot 100, it also went #1 in 8 other countries. The music video was huge. By the way, that has 1.7 billion views on YouTube. It's just wild how big and successful that song was.
I'll wear your granddad's clothes. I look incredible.
That's some of the best pop culture from the year we kicked off the list. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, and it's time for what's last on our list. And KG, anniversaries are about celebrating achievements, so I thought, we could take a little moment here to put our season 11 launch in context, because not many shows last this long.
That's right. Listen to the shows that lasted only 9 seasons to our 10. Seinfeld, The Office, Everybody Loves Raymond, The Facts of Life. I mean, these are some real classics.
Of course, there are shows like The Simpsons. They're on season 33, actually about to launch season 34, going strong. We're never going to gain any ground on them. And we're basically tied with Friends.
Well, Friends ran for 10 seasons, so the fact that we're one show into season 11 means we just squeaked past them. And get this, they were making $1 million per episode by the end of their run. So, Jimmy, should we be calling our agents?
Girl, I don't have an agent. Oh. That's why I give out aluminum cans as gifts. Hey, that's what's last on our list. Thanks for watching, and thanks for all your support over the years. We'll see you next time. YouTube, thanks for watching our special anniversary show all the way to the end. And I know what you're thinking, oh my gosh, I forgot to give them an anniversary gift. Never fear, because the present we'd really love to receive is a like on this video, a comment, and if you really want to bowl us over, subscribe. With season 11 now launched, we have 10 full seasons of shows for you to catch up on. Here's a few to get you started. Enjoy.